The essence of understanding your inner power lies not only in recognizing its existence, but also in mastering its application during the thick of adversity. Every individual possesses a reservoir of strength that can be drawn from experiences, beliefs, and innate qualities. This power, often shrouded in self-doubt or overshadowed by external pressures, becomes most palpable when one consciously seeks to unearth it. It is akin to a seed lying dormant in the earth, waiting for the right conditions to sprout and thrive. Imagine standing before a formidable opponent. The air thickens with tension, and the instinct to react impulsively can be overwhelming. Yet, in those moments, the key is to harness your inner energy, to ground yourself in the knowledge of your capabilities. This is not merely an exercise in bravado. It is a deliberate act of self-affirmation. The ability to project calm, even in turbulence, can transform the dynamics of any confrontation. By exuding confidence, you inadvertently assert control over the narrative unfolding before you. Self-awareness plays an integral role in this process. It equips you with the insight to recognize your emotional triggers and behavioral patterns. When the mind is calm and reflective, it can assess the situation without the chaos of impulsive emotion clouding judgment. This clarity allows for strategic action rather than reaction, understanding that every conflict holds the potential for growth rather than mere resistance. Aware of your thoughts and feelings, you can sift through the noise of confrontation to find a center of peace from which to act. Emotional intelligence furthers this understanding by enabling you to appraise the emotional landscape not just of yourself, but also of those around you. Recognizing the motivations, fears, and tensions that your adversary may be grappling with can offer unexpected opportunities for resolution. When you can empathize with your opponent, it transforms the adversarial nature of the encounter. Instead of viewing them solely as a threat, they become a source of insight, illuminating paths to mutual understanding or pathways to assert your position with greater clarity and confidence. Moreover, acknowledging your strengths creates an unshakable foundation. Each time you confront a challenge, you build a historical record of victories, however minute. Celebrating these moments reinforces your sense of self-worth. It serves as a reminder that you possess a unique set of skills and attributes that can illuminate even the darkest of challenges, guiding you with poise and assertiveness. The true power lies in the interplay between self-mastery and the dynamic interaction with adversaries. Embracing your inner strength manifests not only in the ability to withstand external pressures, but also in the capacity to rise above, making each confrontation a stepping stone in your journey of growth. By nurturing this inner fortitude, one becomes not just a player in the game of conflict, but a master strategist capable of transforming adversity into opportunity. Listening extends beyond mere auditory processing. It requires a commitment to engage fully with another person's experiences and sentiments. This act is foundational in all forms of communication, serving as a bridge between opposing positions and fostering an environment conducive to understanding. In the heat of a confrontation, the instinct to react can overshadow the ability to hear. Yet when you intentionally shift your focus from crafting a response to absorbing what is being said, you unlock potential for deeper insights. Allowing your attention to drift towards the emotional undercurrents of the conversation can reveal layers of meaning that might otherwise be obscured. The nuances of tone, pauses, and inflections often reveal more than the actual words spoken. A tremor in a voice, hesitancy in speech, or a deliberate pause can signal vulnerabilities that statistics alone cannot highlight. By attuning yourself to these elements, you create a more comprehensive understanding of the other party's perspective. Employing reflective listening techniques can solidify this comprehension. Paraphrasing their words not only shows that you are engaged, but also serves as a tool for clarification. So, if I understand you correctly, you feel that can facilitate further dialogue and, importantly, demonstrates a genuine investment in their point of view. Validating their thoughts and feelings serves as another cornerstone of effective listening. Acknowledging the emotions involved, fear, frustration, or even anger, can significantly ease the tension in a conversation. Phrases like, "I can see why you'd feel that way," or "that sounds really difficult," pave the way for a more collaborative discussion. These expressions of empathy humanize the exchange, creating a safe space where the adversary can express themselves without the fear of being attacked or dismissed. Silence is equally powerful and often louder than words. In a confrontational setting, allowing moments of stillness can be transformative. Those pauses give space for both parties to reflect and digest the conversation's content. They interrupt the flow of defensive retorts and can lead to genuine moments of introspection. A well-timed silence invites the other person to elaborate on their thoughts or reconsider their stance. Often, the mere absence of words prompts a shift in mindset, fostering an opening for dialogue instead of diatribe. Listening is not a passive undertaking. It is an active, strategic engagement that requires presence and mindfulness. Every interaction presents an opportunity to reshape the narrative. Instead of falling prey to the instinctive fight-or-flight response that confrontations typically elicit, embrace the art of listening as a means of rebuilding connection. Each time you listen, you craft an atmosphere where both parties can explore their motivations and fears through honest exchange, laying the groundwork for resolution and perhaps a future partnership rather than an endless cycle of conflict. This is the transformative journey that effective listening can take you on, a descent into the depths of true understanding that can redefine even the most contentious debates. In the realm of conflict resolution, the often overlooked elements of nonverbal communication hold profound power. It is fascinating how a mere tilt of the head or the position of one's hands can convey depth and nuance far beyond mere words. This nonverbal language operates on an instinctual level, often bypassing our conscious awareness, making it both a potent tool and a potential pitfall. A keen understanding of how these cues manifest can fundamentally alter the dynamics at play during a contentious situation. Take, for instance, the importance of posture. An open, upright posture, shoulders back and arms uncrossed, induces an atmosphere of approachability and engagement. This conveys to the other party that you are not only confident, but also receptive to their perspective. In contrast, a hunched figure, with arms tightly folded, may suggest defensiveness or unwillingness to engage. Such a posture can escalate tensions, reinforcing adversarial attitudes rather than fostering cooperation. Just as a slight shift in stance can signal concession or aggression, the choice to lean in slightly can signal interest and attentiveness, while leaning back might indicate withdrawal or disinterest. Moreover, facial expressions are incredibly telling. A subtle frown can signal disapproval or misunderstanding, while a soft smile can communicate warmth and a willingness to resolve conflict. Practicing awareness of your own facial expressions and intentionally mirroring those of the individual with whom you are in conflict can create an atmosphere of empathy and connection. When the adversary feels seen and understood, they are more likely to lower their defenses, leading to a more productive dialogue. Eye contact serves as another vital component within this nonverbal framework. The act of maintaining steady eye contact communicates confidence and respect. It says, "I am with you in this conversation." However, it is crucial to strike a balance. Too much eye contact can be perceived as aggressive, while too little may suggest disinterest or shame. A thoughtful regulation of eye contact can exist within the rhythm of the conversation, holding the gaze during important points while occasionally looking away to break tension. Tone of voice weaves its own intricate pattern into the fabric of nonverbal communication. The cadence, pitch, and volume can subtly convey emotions and intentions. A calm, steady tone can dissipate the palpable tension often present in disagreements, while a raised voice can incite further hostility. Practicing mindfulness in modulating your tone, particularly during high-stakes exchanges, can serve as a balm to reactive situations. Softening your voice when addressing passionate topics invites the listener to lower their own emotional stakes, often leading to a more constructive outcome. In mastering these nonverbal cues, you not only embody strength and poise, but also gain a critical advantage in navigating disputes. Creating a psychologically safe environment diminishes hostility and fosters a culture of collaboration. In this delicate interplay of gestures, expressions, and tones, you wield the unique ability to transcend mere words and shape the conversation into a more favorable exchange. The subtle art of nonverbal communication becomes, thus, a strategic cornerstone in your approach to conflict resolution. In high-stakes situations, where emotions run rampant and words are poised to escalate tension, the art of strategic pausing unfolds as a powerful tool. Imagine a heated debate where both parties are armed with their grievances, each accusation an arrow, aimed to strike. In these moments, the urge to counter immediately with a prepared retort can seem almost primal. However, the true opportunity lies in the spaces between those words. Moments of intentional silence that can redefine the interaction. When you choose to pause, an inviting silence blankets the atmosphere. This quiet is not a sign of weakness. Rather, it's a calculated move, a deliberate step back that allows you to gain your bearings amidst the chaos. With every moment of silence, those around you are compelled to fill the void. Information that may have remained unspoken begins to surface, and the rhythm of conflict shifts from an aggressive tempo to a more contemplative pace. Your adversary may find themselves confronted not just with your silence, but with their own reflection. An unexpected confrontation that can unearth doubts, recalibrating their stance on the matter at hand. Moreover, such pauses create space for emotional regulation. In the heat of confrontation, adrenaline and defensiveness can cloud judgment. By holding your tongue, you give yourself a chance to breathe, to process not only what has been said, but also how it has affected you. Consider the physiological effects of silence. A well-timed breath, a moment to gather your thoughts, often leads to a more composed response. This tactful serenity reinforces your position. It displays a confidence that speaks volumes, demonstrating that you are unshaken by the storm of words swirling around you. The beauty of silence, especially in a confrontation, is its dual capacity to assert dominance while encouraging dialogue. When you choose not to answer immediately, you compel your adversary to reconsider their approach. Their motivations become as crucial as the content of their arguments. This introspection can soften rigidly held positions, leaning them towards mutual understanding rather than entrenched opposition. A pause can become a gentle nudge towards resolution, a non-verbal invitation to collaborate rather than clash. Furthermore, employing silence strategically lends you the power to dictate the pace of the conversation. Such control can be invaluable. In a world dominated by rapid exchanges, where too often thoughts are lost amidst noise, your ability to harness and manipulate silence sets you apart. Each moment you let linger allows the tension to dissipate, gradually transforming the environment into one where constructive dialogue can flourish. As you refine the skill of silence, you entwine it with your emotional intelligence, enabling you to read the atmosphere with finesse. You will learn to recognize when the tension peaks and when a pause is most needed. In doing so, silence morphs from mere absence of sound into a dynamic and potent element of communication. One that not only steers conversations, but also redefines relationships. This practiced patience becomes a formidable ally, inherently crafting a sanctuary for thoughtful engagement amidst the tumult of conflict. In shifting the dynamics from confrontation to collaboration, it is vital to anchor the dialogue in respect and empathy. This transition is not merely a tactical maneuver, but a profound shift in mindset that allows for deeper human connection. It begins with active listening, an often overlooked component that lays the groundwork for understanding. Listening is not just about hearing words. It is about truly engaging with the other person's viewpoint. Acknowledging their feelings, even if you disagree with their conclusions, affirms their experience and opens up space for dialogue. To effectively find common ground, it is helpful to reframe the way we perceive the conflict. Instead of viewing it as a battle to win or a zero-sum game, consider it an opportunity to explore shared goals. Imagine, for instance, two colleagues arguing over project direction. Rather than pitting one vision against another, they could discuss their underlying objectives, perhaps both wanting to enhance team productivity and deliver high-quality results. By aligning on these greater aims, the nature of the discussion shifts from opposition to partnership, allowing for the formulation of a collaborative solution that honors both perspectives. Expressing a genuine willingness to understand, entails asking open-ended questions that invite discussion. Questions such as, "What are your thoughts on this issue?" Or, "How do you see this affecting our shared goals?" Encourage the other person to articulate their reasoning and feelings without feeling threatened or judged. This approach fosters trust and creates a conducive atmosphere where creativity can flourish. It's crucial to recognize that the process of transforming conflict into cooperation may take time. There are moments when emotions can run high. In such instances, patience is essential. Allowing space for silence after someone speaks can be just as important as the words exchanged. This silence enables individuals to process their thoughts and feelings, which can lead to more constructive engagement. Empathy plays a fundamental role here. Putting oneself in the other's shoes can illuminate aspects of the conflict that may have been initially overlooked. Moreover, highlighting shared interests paves the way for innovative solutions. As parties articulate their desires and concerns, they may inadvertently reveal overlapping aspirations. When each side understands what the other values, they are more inclined to brainstorm solutions that address those collective needs. This kind of cooperation not only resolves the immediate issue, but can also establish a framework for future interactions, reducing the likelihood of similar conflicts re-emerging. In navigating these conversations, it's also beneficial to employ positive language. Focusing on we instead of you promotes unity instead of division. For example, saying, "How can we resolve this together?" reframes the narrative from one of distance to one of partnership. By fostering an attitude of collaboration and maintaining a focus on mutual benefits, it becomes much easier to cultivate an enduring relationship. Ultimately, the journey from conflict to cooperation requires intention and care. It is an active process where each participant must commit to seeing the situation through a lens of possibility rather than limitation. By nurturing this mindset, we can transform adversarial interactions into opportunities for enriched understanding and collective progress. Every conflict is a chance for growth. It's up to us to embrace that potential. Self-control is not merely a reaction to external pressures. It's an intricate dance of personal mastery that begins deep within. Cultivating self-control requires an unwavering commitment to understanding oneself, acknowledging emotional triggers, and building the fortitude to channel those impulses constructively. Every individual faces moments where emotions can spiral out of control, anger, frustration, fear, but in that volatility lies the critical choice to respond with clarity rather than to react impulsively. This choice is what separates the seasoned strategist from the ordinary participant in conflict. Let us consider the necessity of patience, a cornerstone of self-control. Patience does not imply a passive acceptance of circumstances. Rather, it denotes an active, deliberate choice to endure difficulties without succumbing to haste. When embroiled in a conflict, the instinct may be to rush towards a quick resolution, often driven by anxiety or the desire to assert power. Yet, true mastery lies in the ability to pause, to gather one's thoughts, and to assess the situation with a level gaze. This allows not just for a better understanding of the problem at hand, but also the diverse perspectives that inform it. When patience reigns, one cultivates an environment where dialogue can thrive and mutual understanding can take root. Empathy is another vital element in the arsenal of self-control. It acts as a bridge, allowing one to connect with others on a deeper level. In high-pressure situations, it can be tempting to focus solely on one's own feelings and responses. However, the exercise of empathy enables one to step outside their own emotional landscape and consider the experiences and emotions of others involved. This recalibration of focus can change the entire dynamic of a confrontation, fostering an atmosphere of respect rather than animosity. When you can sincerely acknowledge the concerns of your adversary, you disarm them, stripping away the hostility and creating a fertile ground for resolution. Discipline parallels both patience and empathy. It manifests as the steadfastness to follow through on your intentions, even when faced with the temptations to stray. This steadfastness acts as a stabilizing force amid chaos. In practical terms, it might involve setting clear boundaries in interactions, establishing constructive habits, or committing to continuous self-reflection and improvement. The disciplined individual recognizes that every action carries weight. Every word can build bridges or walls. Through disciplined practice, one begins to observe patterns in their behavior, paving the way for lasting change. The ultimate power of self-control lies in its transformative potential. Not only does it serve to protect one's own peace, but it also renders your adversary's tactics less effective. When confronted with a composed opponent, those who rely on anger or intimidation often find their strategies thwarted. In this way, self-control is an act of fortitude that possesses the unique power to turn the tide of confrontation. By mastering self-control, you unlock the ability to navigate the intricate pathways of human interaction, emerging not only as a participant in conflict, but as a resilient conduit for peace and understanding. Such is the strength that self-control provides, enabling the individual to face even the most formidable challenges with an unyielding spirit.